Hello everybody and welcome back to Silerrun Forest. So I have that looked promising, but then we only got the one little one. So we have done a bit of felling just off camera just to try speed things up a little bit, and we're now in the process of having to pick them all up. So I decided we'd do that because then we can get on and get some more timber into our sawmill, which we managed to get, was it 6,000 litres I think it was, we got in the previous episode. But before we move on, we need to make sure that there is plenty of timber, well, wooden products I should say, coming out of there. We may also look at leasing, because we've got the production leasing mod. We may even look at leasing so we can do our staircase rails, and then I think it's just metal work that we need to look at getting. And I do find I stutter a lot more doing these videos purely because I'm trying to concentrate. I think, is that all of them there? Yes. Oh, we've got a big pile just here in front of us. So we will put this into a time lapse of... Oh, I'm stuck. We will put this into a time lapse, if we can get over here, of loading this up, and I'll bring you back when we are done. Hopefully we should get a fair few here. And there we have our first load, which, to be fair, it's not a badly sized load, and I'm rather happy with how I've stacked that, bar that one that's hanging out the back, which I don't quite know why that fell out. Right, we're just going to have to get our boom down, otherwise we're not going to get under here. And we've had this now for 0.5, well, half an hour as it was, so we've only got half an hour left. So we have 5,788 in here, and we now have 19, well, just shy of 20,000. So there's about 14,000 litres of wood in there. So we'll take this back. I'll probably look at jump cutting another load, but I don't think we're going to take this load to our sawmill, because if we go for a little run up these steps, and then there is a pond at the back, I seem to remember there being a collectible there. If it is still there, then brilliant, but I just don't know how much. There it is. I don't know how much you get for them, because in the base game maps now, is it 10,000 you get for a collectible, whilst these used to be 50. So it's a lovely little owl. Ooh. Right, so if we take that, oh okay, it's still 50,000. Well, I certainly am not complaining at that, because if that is the case, we are going to instead, is it the wood turner? Whoa. Okay. What happened there? We're going to go buy the wood turner. So let's buy this. It's at £80,000, and this is where we want our next load of wood to go. And in preparation, we want to go to, I think it's low loaders I have them in, this trailer. I think this is what we want, because if we look at the configurations, we can load timber straight into there if we ever get an excavator. That has side walls, which don't think we need them, but let's go down to what is, so that is the most basic cost. It means we can then now transport our machines slightly quicker. Ramp add-on, what's this? Ramp add-on. Okay, that makes them solid or see-through. I think I prefer a see-through. Decals, not bothered about that. You get a toolbox for £420, but it does nothing. So we'll buy that in preparation for our products as well, so they can all go onto there. So right, we will jump into here and we'll get another load of timber. So there's not even quarter of a load left in there. We just got where we were loading up during the time lapse. We've got that to go do. But we'll take this over to the wood turner, and then we can set that production ongoing. And I think we'll just start it with the staircase rails, so we can try and get going with the roller coaster. Because, like I said, it's something that I'd really love to do. But once we've tipped this, we will have to return this forwarder, which I know I spoke about maybe buying it or getting it on finance, but I just can't. For so early on in the series, I can't justify doing that sort of a payment just yet. I know we've been helped by the collectible that we've just received. Well, helped massively, because if it wasn't for that, with what we've just bought, we'd only have £585 left, which would be less than ideal. What I will do is we will tidy up those last few with this, because it just seems such a shame that we've still got 0.3 hours left of our lease on it, not to use up that time. So if we go, this is what we need, but first let's just check our factory. So the wood turner, we're just putting wood in, so it's that one that we want to activate, and storing, and the rest not. So let's put this in. So there was 18,000. There's more wood there than the previous load. 18,626 litres, and that should be, yeah, the staircase railings are starting to be produced. So let's just pull our crane arm back in so it's not dangling out the back like it should. That was a bit savage. We'll have to go this way around, because we've got to remember that we are now in America, and we'll get this back for the final few pieces and they can go into our sawmill. So my plan with this area we're in now is we are going to chip the leftover trees that we've left, because you'll see there's quite a few of these smaller ones which I don't think they're any good for anything other than chipping. So we are going to hire the chipper, but we will have to buy ourselves a trailer at the same time. And then this, because I do think it's important that we are taking trees down, that we need to make sure that there is also that we're planting trees, because it should make this whole area self-sufficient. So we'd only need to buy land if we're wanting to build the likes of productions, and I don't really want to ruin this area by putting, say, the iron ore factory or the metal factory. I don't want to ruin this area putting stuff like that in, because it's quite a nice, beautiful map, really. So something like that I would put well out of the way. So let's just close this up and put it down so that we can get into our sawmill. We'll strap these down like so. Am I on the floor there? It's like a tail that we're dragging. Right, let's just lift that up a little bit. So let's put this in and we'll see how long this lasts. So we now have just shy of 25,000 litres. It'll be interesting to see how long that will last, whether it will do the night or not, or it could be a fairly quick production. So let's return this. Thank you very much. That has been, well, it's been lovely to use. And then we're going to look at getting down in that bottom chipped once we have slept the night. Now where is it at the back? Is this the sleep trigger? Yes. So let's go to 9 o'clock. And good morning. We're facing the shed. Well, our house. That's a bit of a nicer view. So we need for our next job skid steer tools. We're going to get this, our log brush, so we'll buy that. And then we also want we need to have a look at chippers. chippers. Where are we? Here we go. Wood chippers. So this is the smallest base game one. So I think this will be the one we'll have to go for. Does it have a crane? No, so we'd have to handball everything into there, which is fine. So let's lease that. And then we want just a little trailer. So I was thinking going with, if we went with this one and got, is that the biggest? I think so. Let's go with that one. We'll change the colour though. We can put that to, what's John Deere yellow look like? I think that's a bit a bit too much. Silver. No? Okay, let's try again. Silver. That'll do. So we'll buy £11,000. So I think let's buy that. And it's like I say, it's just something to get us just to get us going. So we'll hop into here, and then this can pull. Oh, we may have a slight problem. We don't have anything to put, because this will have to go onto the chipper. We don't have anything to go onto our trailer. So now we have the chipper. I think we're going to have to, if we can afford it, we're going to spend all our money now on it in this episode. I want to go for this. This is a new mod just out, and I think it's lovely. So I'm not bothered about stars. Camouflage. Is this worth going for? Carbon fibre. What are we back to standard? I think that could possibly be the best one out of the lot. Rim models. So let's BKTs definitely. Let's have a look. Is how much money is? Oh, it's not putting a lot on. They look beefy little rims, don't they? We'll go with them. Grills. That's I think that. Where's lights? So LED bar. We might as well. Oh, hello. Mirrors, yes. What about glass? Oh, that only goes down to the bottom. Rotating beacon, yes. We'll go 3 point, because then it will cover us for most things. Dump bed, standard. Only the tailgate. I think that will be more ideal for us. And then what is seat colour? I think we want this to be onyx black. And then we can keep the red seat belts. Right, so that's 22. Oh dear, let's buy that. I really hope this fits onto this trailer, because that's the only reason why we bought this, is just so that we can lead our wood chippings. Well, it's rapid as well, so that's a big help. So let's reverse onto here. Amazing. And we'll take this over to the field. I just hope there isn't too much weight on the back of this. We'll take this over, ready for chipping, and then we'll have to get our skid steer down. So I'll see you when we're all ready in this bit of an opening. So my plan is, if we just hop into here, we can turn insufficient. Ah, you're kidding me. How much power does that need? This is not what I wanted. Where is it? Wood chippers. It'll say about 150, and we don't have that. Right, we're going to have to swap, and I think we're going to have to go for the Vermeer, which, yeah, we'll just have to see. But my plan is that little trees like these, if we go to cut them down, we can use the skid steer to then bring all the trees to our chipper. We can then just lift them up because they're only small, and then just feed them straight in. I'm just trying to think. Hold on 2 seconds. Right, we've swapped it and we've got the Vermeer. So, like I was saying before, the plan. So this tree here, where is it? If we pick this up and put this into here, is it chipping it? Or do we have to keep feeding it through? Oh, my chipping exploits are not going very well at all here. Or is this just meant for smaller stuff? Oh, there we go. Got the whole thing in there. And what will that tell us? So that gave us 100 litres of wood chips. So this may not be very profitable. So there's only 2 more after this one, but this is just been, well, it's hard work really. We have had one tree that, it was a decent sized tree, it was the biggest one out of these, which that was probably worth chipping because we've only got here just over 1,500 litres of wood chips. So these little ones, the whole reason why I cut these little ones down is because in game, when you start a map, the trees that are there, they don't grow, so these would never do anything. So I thought, well, if we can make some money out of them like this, it would be more beneficial. But as it's worked out, they've made little to no money. But it's one of those, it's a lesson learned. So this is the final tree. Let's get this in and let's try. This is where I'm hoping with the other wood chippers they'll be a lot easier, especially if they are base game ones that giants are put in. But it's just a shame that I think that's done now. So that's all the wood chipping done. I think this is 140. Oh, we're in the chipper. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. Right, we're back in the tractor. So we can drop that off and we'll take this back up to the top farm and we will have a look at, so it should say wood chips here. So to be fair, 5,000, so we've about broken even with our leasing and we have 64,000 in products, which we will be, so that's only worth 2,000 now, so there's no point selling the wood chips just yet, but all our other products we will do, which leads me on that we need some pallet forks. So go to here, some pallet forks, let's buy them. And what I'll probably do, because it'll be a lot quicker, if I go get our flatbed trailer, we can use that to put the skids, well, the pallet forks on, put the skid steer on, we can load up from our sawmill and then go over to our staircase rails and then put our first load in for the roller coaster. So we can fold this down and then, why won't it let me out my vehicle? I've just dropped it by accident, so let's, and I've just turned that off. So we want to put this onto, oh, is this not going to fit? Oof, only just. Okay, she's on. So if we get back into here, I detached that by accident, so we'll do that, fold that up, let's strap everything down and we will get up to the top yard and start loading up. And here we have it. So we just pull into the trigger on this left here. It will, let's stop just a little bit further forward and let's see what we get for all this. So we've just made £50,000, so that is brilliant. And so what does it need? So we are still short on a lot of things. Floor tiles is one that we need as well. So we're missing, oh that's quite nice, it tells you actually how much you're missing. So metal and floor tiles. So floor tiles can be done by the flooring factory. So this again, where is the trigger? If we were to buy this, how much would this be? So that's £110,000. So things are slowly getting more and more expensive. And I also just want to show you, if we go to the fire department and let's go down here, when we eventually get there. So that collectible that we got at the beginning of the episode should be in here somewhere, I think. There we go. With its nice little light above its head. And yeah, so this will be another goal. I know some people may say it's cheating, you know, gathering collectibles up, but we're also just completing another side of Silerrun Forest. So I think, saying that, I would like to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all liked and enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.